I don't know how they're going to do it. Whatever you think could happen is probably something else. If John Diggle does take on the moniker of the Green Lantern, so I think there's just a lot of story left for John Diggle.
So we're here with Diggle, David Ramsey. Welcome back to
No,
London.
I'm kidding. You can ask him.
Wrong person?
Yeah.
Oh no! Where's he gone? So you're back in London. How's it going?
It's fantastic. Here in London, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
This con has really been good. I mean, the city's great. Obviously, but the con has been good. People have been great. The weather has really been.
You've been lucked out, I think. Yeah. I think so. Because I think the last time you were here, it was last time we spoke. It was like start of season 7. Things were good. You know, you're in August, and then since then, Emily's obviously left. We've announced that the series is ending.
Yes. And
you're now on hiatus, about to shoot the next season. So how does that change sort of the feeling of going back?
Well, obviously we go back and Emily's not a part of it. That's a big thing. I mean, no one really wants to do that show.
Are you looking for a replacement? Because, you know.
Yeah?
I'll go blonde for it. It would be weird if you saw it. Never mind.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's that. I mean, no one really wants to do that. But it's funny that we're just kind of talking about the next step or the next evolution of the show.
Yeah.
Steve and I were talking. We both had conversations with the producers.
Yeah.
And telling us exactly what they want to do with the next season. And it really is. I mean, it's exciting. I don't know how they're going to do it, but whatever you think could happen is probably something else.
So it's going to feel like a different show then?
To some degree.
Yeah.
To some degree.
I mean, obviously that makes sense, because with that, Felicity's not going to be there from... That has to be the presumption. So is Diggle going to be looking for new buddies?
No. Actually, Oliver and Diggle fall in love. They replace Felicity.
It's about damn time. Yeah.
It's a thing. No, they're not going to find a new partner. I mean, you know, I don't know that. That's a good question. Will they find... first of all, they can't find anyone to replace Felicity Smoke Overwatch, right? How do you do that? Right. So I don't know exactly how that plays out, and I don't know if everything's linear.
So you're talking about parallel.
I don't know. I don't know. I think all that's on the table.
Right.
I think you know, multiple Earth things. I mean, all that stuff is you know, stuff they're going to be playing with, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Crisis does have a lot to do with actual multiple Earths. So.
Yeah. So, because you know, obviously Oliver's now going to be entering the multiverse as well, then that throws up the idea of multiple Diggles and multiple OTAs.
Yep.
And potentially, would you see yourself playing other Diggles, mainly, you know, like one with a special ring, affiliation to green?
That's always fun. You know, they continue to kind of tease this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's fun to tease it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've said this before, I would love to jump into that mythos of John Stewart and Green Lantern, that whole universe.
We just
but
have
I don't
to
know.
push for it.
Yeah, I mean, we have to send those vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, but
through the Ethernet.
Through the Ethernet. But I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, have you read episode 801? Because Stephen said he's read it.
No, I just got the bullet points. And that was enough for me to be like, wow. But no, I haven't read it yet.
And with it being 10 episodes, obviously, it's going to kind of change how you do the season.
Yeah.
And you mentioned some kind of pros and cons. So what's your feeling about that?
Well, I think the cons will be that you just aren't working as long with people you like working with.
Yeah.
You know, I think everyone enjoys working with each other, so we won't be doing that. There's a new muscle because for the past 17 seasons we've been doing 22, 23 episodes. So that's another muscle, right? Just to and you know, just in terms of the pacing of one episode.
Yeah.
Because now you have really just tend to tell this story that was normally told twice as many episodes. So that pacing, I think we have to get used to. But the positive to it, I think, is that you can kind of do whatever you want. The next 10 episodes. So that's exciting, right? Because you just have this big looming storyline in Crisis that's coming. And you can kind of do whatever you want kind of between that.
Well, speaking of that, because what do you want to see in terms of Diggle and his family? Because I feel like there was a lot of season 7 with the sort of theme that there's long lost family, and we haven't actually seen that much of Lila.
I think there has to be some. I know we will have some interesting things that happen between John Diggle and Lila Michaels.
Okay, some more Dyla.
You're going to have a good amount of Dyla.
I like the heist. I want there to be another heist.
Yeah, there's going to be some stuff happening between them, and obviously how Connor Hawke became their adopted child.
Yeah,
there's a story there.
That reveal there.
And and his own son, John Jr., how he became the leader of this nefarious group in the future. What happened to that relationship?
Yeah.
So we have to kind of touch on all of that. And if John Diggle does take on the moniker of the Green Lantern, does he take on also the moniker of becoming a steward?
Right.
And if he does, what happens to that relationship between his father that led him to do that?
Right.
So there's and maybe there's a lot to tell with John Diggle. John Diggle, to me, he's just kind of one of these characters where you know him, but you don't know him. He just you haven't seen this first time you saw his father.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, finally, right? And his last name is Stewart. You're like, what does that mean? You find out his mother's alive from what his father says. You never seen his mother. So I think there's just a lot of story left for John Diggle.
Totally. And it's the fact that you've touched on it now, finally, in season 7.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be some sort of tying in season 8, and at least tying up of loose ends as well.
I think so. I think, well, he's not the only character that has to experience that.
Right.
But I think in general, all of us have to go through some of that.
But that's kind of the things that we've been wanting for a long time. But new things going on, because you kind of have a new layer. There's going to be a new suit. There's got to be some variation of the suit, right?
There's always suit refreshings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Refreshings.
Not
just with Febreze, actual.
Yes, they hang it up and just spray it. Yeah. It's like they should, because we're like soup in these suits. Right? We take them off and it's just sweat is everywhere.
And they don't Febreze it?
No, they have a little more technologically advanced methods now of doing it.
Good
Not just Febrezing. Can you imagine us going around smelling like Febreze, throwing kung fu kicks? Is that April Fresh? Because I'm just using the coconut summertime.
Wow. Coconut summertime, that's my favorite. Yeah, that works.
They should make a Febreze scent called coconut summertime.
I can't believe Febreze haven't hired you to do that.
Coconut summertime.
That would make so much sense.
It's either the scent of a new Febreze fragrance or it's the name of a stripper.
Right, true. Yeah, that makes sense. They're agreeing with that. Okay, we'll move
Coming to the stage! From that. Coconut
summer breeze. Oh my god. There may well be a cosplayer right now with the name Coconut Summer Breeze. We don't know.
Summertime. Coconut Summertime.
Oh, sorry.
This is very important.
Okay?
She has a tattoo on part of her body that says Coconut Summertime. I know
really?
This in my brain. I just made this up.
Oh my god. You're going to have to draw this new character.
Coconut Summertime.
Yeah.
She's a superhero.
The OTA replacement. There you go.
OTA replacement.
Felicity.
She's our new Felicity.
In somewhere in the multiverse.
Yes. and her code name is her name.
Ah.
I mean, do we say summertime? I mean, when we dial in to get her to open up the door, that proverbial door that we can't open with explosives, do we say coconut or do we say summertime?
I like summertime.
Summertime, open the door.
Because coconut actually can be offensive. I'll tell you what that means later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we can't go coconut.
No, you can't just go coconut.
You can't do that?
Well, if you bracket, it means when you're brown on the outside but white on the inside.
Oh, is that what it means?
That's what it means.
So casting is very important.
Yeah. So if it's a blonde Felicity, it would work. Yeah. Not on me. Oh, that means I can't be Felicity. Okay, fine. Well, coconut summertime. Anyway, I don't know where we went there.
That was
a
awesome.
rabbit hole.
It was a rabbit hole. Coconut summertime.
Oh, yeah. So, I need then 2 more questions.
Yes.
Your season 1 self, what would
Yes.
you tell them? What piece of advice would you give them now that you've done, now you're going to season 8?
Season 1 self would be
See the cogs turning.
yeah. There's a lot of things I would tell them. It's my season 1 self, but most importantly would be stop, listen, be true to yourself.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah.
That would fit on a magnet, fridge magnet. That's good.
Yeah.
And
I'm
last,
coming up with some. I mean,
Yeah.
stop, true, be true to yourself. Coconut summertime. All these, because
I know.
they're coming out, man.
I
They're coming
I
out.
need to get the t-shirts.
This is being recorded, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the red button is
Someone's
going.
going to go up to you next card with a coconut summertime t-shirt. You know
Oh
it.
my God.
A tattoo as well.
Yes.
And then last thing, because it is going to be the end of the series, do you want to go out with a happy ending or in a blaze of glory?
It's way too easy. All right, in all seriousness, I know some of the answer to that
Okay.
based on what I know about what happened ultimately to John Diggle. So I would say that is both.
Okay. He gets to fight, go out fighting, and be happy about it. Which, I guess we'll see. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
My pleasure.
And good luck with season 8. And I'm sorry it's coming to the end,
So
but
am
I
I.
know it's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
And
Things you have not seen.
And thank you for all the years of Arrowverse. It's been amazing. And I hope to see more in the Arrowverse in some other way, shape or form.
Hopefully.
Thank you, guys.
See you.